Alright. Videos. This whole idea of making videos. Making YouTube. Why? I made a reminder on my phone to ask myself why I was doing this. Why I want to make YouTube. I want to make YouTube because I see others do YouTube, but is there really a reason why I want to do YouTube versus anything else? Is there something specific about it? And also, more importantly, why do I want to make videos? If I want to do YouTube, if that is the platform, then fine. But what do I actually want to make videos about? Why am I doing this? That's the real question. Why? Why are you doing this? The question that must be answered. So for my whole life, a lot of my life, I wanted to be excellent. I wanted to do things that made me excellent, made me a great man. And I wanted to do these things because I felt unworthy, like I wasn't a great man. I wasn't good enough until I did all these things. I felt I wasn't worthy. I wasn't good enough to be, be a man. I'm not a great man. And of course, one is not a great man until one puts in the necessary effort to become one. So that's okay to say that you're not a great man. But I didn't feel like I had any inherent worth or value until I did these things. And a person who views themselves as this slave to this taskmaster who forces onto him these higher ideals, you have to be this and this and this or you are unworthy, just unworthy. Like there's nothing really good, inherently valuable about you. You only get your value from these things that I, the taskmaster, force onto you. When you operate from that place, then you don't really do very well in achieving those goals. Then when you operate from that place, you aren't very effective in achieving your goals because you view yourself as inadequate and incapable and this lesser being. And it's not an inadequate, incapable, and lesser being that does these things, that has these habits, and consistently does these acts of achievement. A person who is unworthy, he doesn't do those things. So naturally, when you operate from a place of unworthiness, and the only way to be worthy is to do these things, you're not going to do those things because you operate from that place, because you come from the direction of, oh, I'm unworthy, I'm trying to reach this upper goal. It follows that when you operate from that place, that you aren't going to be very effective in achieving any of your goals, like establishing habits, self-improvement in general. Alright, so can you see me in there? You probably see that chord, don't you? There we go. I like change. I like seeing the flowers bloom. And I like seeing the petals wilt. I like change. Even when it is so-called negative. What truly is negative? something simply is. Something is. And then someone decides that that thing that is bad. Well, that's bad. Why? Because they don't like it. That's not a very good reason. So back to what I was saying about the taskmaster. When you view yourself as unworthy, then you're unlikely to achieve those milestones of merit that make you, in the eyes of the taskmaster, worthy. Unlikely to do those things that actually make you worthy, because your current identity is, I'm unworthy. So therefore, an unworthy slave does not achieve any of these great things that you aspire to. So it's self-defeating. You're self-defeating. You're just defeating yourself. Fighting against your own efforts. So that means that's hopeless. You're done. There's nothing you can do. There's no way out. You're a slave. Forever. Well, thankfully not. What if you could break out from that slave mentality, the mindset that tells you you are unworthy, therefore you must achieve great things and become a man of excellence to escape your unworthiness, all the while that same mindset keeping you in chains to your unworthiness, because it doesn't allow you to achieve the things that you wish to achieve, to break out of unworthiness. I should meditate before you do. That is the right time to do it. Very good. What if you could find a way around that mindset that tells you you have to improve because you're unworthy, but I won't let you improve because you're so unworthy? Maybe you don't have to be chained to that forever. There might be a way out. What could that be? Well, firstly, it does exist. There is a way out of it. But what would the consequences be? Well, firstly, one might expect to lose their drive to improve themselves because they no longer view themselves as inadequate. And number two, if they somehow maintained their drive to improve themselves, they could finally accomplish what they set out to do, because the mentality of the slave would be no longer holding them back. There is a way to do that. It takes one quite a bit of thought to realize that. But once it is realized, it can be the answer to one's years of stagnation and somewhat self-loathing, because you see where you would like to be, and you see where you are. And for many of us, that has been going on for years. You know, YouTube, doing this will be so good for me. It is good for me now. Because I am learning the art of self-expression. Before starting this, I thought the reason I would do this, would make YouTube videos, would be to educate others, to help them. But I think that I will benefit just as much, if not far more, than all the rest of us. Because I will learn how to express myself. There is a way.